All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. We had a huge hiccup. My computer froze for some reason, and I don't know why. All right, let's continue on with the next story. You guys have anything else to add before we move on from the Avengers?
I don't remember what we were saying.
Yeah,
I don't remember either.
No, just that I think the X-Men would whoop the Avengers' ass. But
You think so?
yes,
I mean,
do.
there's a lot more of them.
Well, even just the main
Like Wolverine and what? Storm,
Cyclops, and
Oh, just the main one? No.
don't think so.
No.
You don't think X-Men can take the Avengers?
No, I don't think any of them outside of maybe Wolverine could handle the Hulk. And then you got like Thor.
You got
Thor,
Rogue.
Thor would destroy Storm.
Rogue could take on Hulk.
Yeah.
She has the strength, and she could.
But then you have other people to cover the Hulk. Like you can have Thor take her on from afar and throw an axe at her. What's she going to do with the giant axe flying at her?
Well, that's when the Cyclops shoots it out of the sky.
Or Storm.
Or Iron Man shoots out Cyclops.
Well, no, because Wolverine would have stabbed him already.
Not if Hulk just tossed Wolverine.
Colossus will take care of Hulk. Actually, no, he wouldn't.
Come on now.
All right.
Come on now.
All right, so moving on, Artemis Fowl releasing only on Disney Plus. Disney announced on Thursday that Artemis Fowl was previously set to release in theaters and is now set to premiere exclusively on Disney Plus on June the 12th. The director Kenneth Branagh said in a statement, who again directed Thor and was Gilderoy Lockhart in the second Harry Potter movie, who said, quote, Artemis Fowl is a true original. In challenging times, a 12-year-old criminal mastermind is one heck of a traveling companion. Smart, funny, and cool as mustard. Is that a saying? Is that a saying across the pond?
Must be a British thing.
Cool as mustard?
I've never said that.
Yeah, I've never said that. He'll take you to new worlds, meet unforgettable characters, and mix magic with mayhem. His own family is everything to him, and although he'd never admit it, he'd be as proud as I am that families around the world will now be able to enjoy his first amazing screen adventures together on Disney Plus. Artemis Fowl is
talking about him like he's a real person.
Artemis Fowl is the biggest movie that has been moved exclusively to streaming services because of the COVID-19 outbreak. For the uninitiated, Artemis Fowl is a series of 8 young adult fantasy novels written by
J.K. Rowling.
Ian Colfer, I think is how you say it. It's Eoin. Ian Colfer?
Ian.
Yeah, maybe Ian. The plot follows the titular character who is a 12-year-old criminal mastermind as he kidnaps a fairy for a large gold ransom with the help of his bodyguard, Domovoy Butler, and his sister, Juliet Butler, to restore the Fowl family fortune. So the only reason I brought this up is obviously it's a big move because this did have a big budget, was hoping to make their money back and then some in theaters. Now it is moving to digital only. Personally, I don't care about this.
I don't think it would have done well in the theaters.
I was just thinking, I think at best it would have made back its money.
I doubt it would have.
I don't know what the budget was, but
I mean, I don't either. But you're probably right. Disney with these type of movies, they've been a little as far as the money made. But what was that movie with Oprah that came out? That was a big.
Oprah.
Yeah,
The Color Purple.
No. It was that Disney movie.
In it too.
The something in
The
time,
Whisper.
something in time.
Wrinkle in Time.
That was supposed to be a big one, and that bombed.
George Clooney was in that.
Yeah,
But,
he was. I'm pretty sure he
I don't
was.
think they should be investing so much money in young adult book series.
I mean, people are still trying to recapture that Harry Potter lightning in a literal, no pun intended, but lightning in a bottle.
There's only been I can think of 2 that were as Harry Potter and then Hunger Games, and then they've tried many studios have tried to do other ones, but they've all flopped.
Well, my question,
Divergent and Maze Runner.
Yeah,
right. Well, my question to you guys is because now that it is moving to Disney Plus, which we all have a subscription to, would this be a movie that you would consider sitting down and watching?
No.
Probably.
If I'm really depressed and I have nothing to do, I'll probably check it out.
I check it out because I'm running out of stuff to watch.
Yeah, I have to burn through a big back catalog before I get to Artemis Fowl.
I watched Onward the other day.
Onward was good. I liked it.
It was
good.
Sarah cried.
Yeah, Stephanie cried too.
I didn't cry, and she was like, "What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
You're like Chandler."
Yeah, yeah. She said I was dead inside.
Yeah,
I've entertained the idea of watching it several times, but
it's a good movie.
Went through it.
It's a good movie.
Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, they do their parts really well. It is a good
Chris
movie.
Pratt did really well in that role.
Pixar, they have more hits than misses, so it's a solid movie. All right, anything else to add about Artemis Fowl before we move on?
No, not at all.
It's going to be a foul ball. Pun intended. Pun intended.
All right, Hugh Jackman wishes X-Men was in the MCU when he played Wolverine. Hugh Jackman last reprised his iconic role of Wolverine in 2017's Logan. In an interview with the Daily Beast, Jackson said, quote, "If 7 years ago that had happened," talking about obviously Disney buying Fox and the X-Men joining the MCU, "I'd be like, oh yeah, but I knew it was the right time for me to leave the party, not just for me, but for the character," end quote. He continued by saying, quote, "Somebody else will pick it up and run with it. It's too good of a character not to," end quote. So yeah, not too much to add as far as like the story itself. Obviously, I think you said before we started recording that, the paycheck alone probably would have kept him around for a few movies.
Yeah.
But
for the rest of his life, actually.
Yeah. But my question for you guys, and Leo, I think we talked about
said
this.
He was going to retire after like the third Iron Man movie, and he's been like pretty much every MCU movie since.
Well, my question to you guys, we already talked about, will X-Men and Wolverine debut in Phase 4, but who do you think, do you guys have any picks off of the top of your head on who could play Logan/Wolverine in the next iteration?
Like I said before, I think Scott Eastwood would be a good fit.
Yeah, I saw his name
He's not real well known. He has a look for it.
Right. He has a good jawline.
Yeah.
Just like Pops.
Yeah.
I saw him. Actually, let me pull it up. There was a list that I saw.
Think of that many. If he hadn't already been in the MCU, I would have said like Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he could have been a Wolverine.
I don't know. He's pretty much baby faced to pull off a Wolverine.
He can.
You seen Nightcrawler?
He was
creepy. He's fucking that movie.
But he grows a good facial hair. Just grow a beard to cover it.
I saw. Obviously he's already in not the Wolverine. He's already in the Venom movie, but I kept seeing Tom Hardy's name thrown around.
Yeah, but I don't think he'd cross over like that. Having a big role like that, he's not Chris Evans where he played the
Stretch Armstrong.
No, the what's his name? Flame
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he wasn't Stretch Armstrong.
Who was Stretch? I don't even know they had a movie about Stretch Armstrong.
No, the stretchy guy.
Mr. Stretch.
Oh,
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr.
Fantastic, Mr. Stretch.
This guy, let me see here.
You mentioned about the guy from fuck. What was that? What was that show I was watching?
I don't know.
I can't remember. That's gonna bug me.
I'm gonna try this real quick. I'm gonna try screen share here. Let me know if you guys can see my monitor, because I have a list of characters or actors that could play Wolverine.
If he had hair, I think what's his face from Shaw could have played.
From what?
From the Fast and Furious and
I don't know.
The guy that was Gaston in Beauty and the Beast.
No, well that too. He could have played that.
Oh, he could have played Wolverine.
Yeah,
Gaston.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was thinking the fat guy.
Josh Gad.
Yeah, but his
no, it's Clive Owen. right?
I mean,
Was it Clive Owen?
Evans.
Actually, Clive Owen would be a good pick like 15 years ago.
No, I mean, I'm talking about his brother too in Fast and Furious. I'm blanking on his name.
I don't remember. Hold on a second here. Going to add display capture.
That's going to bug me.
Right, and right, can you guys?
Jason Statham.
Oh, you couldn't remember Jason Statham?
Oh,
I was blanking.
I mean, I could have told you that.
Jason
I
Statham.
thought it was so obvious.
Yeah.
You would have known.
Hold on a second here. This is my computer. I swear it's wrong. Dog shit. Sorry, guys. All right, we might
I
just have
should
to
push it too hard then.
You can just read us the names, right?
I know, but there's some of these guys you have to like see too.
See it written out? Oh, is it pictures?
Well, it's like a list with obviously like their not mugshots,
Mugshots.
like their headshots.
Money made off.
All right, never mind. It's gonna crash it. Yeah, I don't want to push it.
Name the names.
So the first one is Jensen Ackles, who played Dean Winchester in hold on, computer man. Played Dean Winchester in Supernatural. He was like one of the main leads.
Can you
describe him? Does he have?
What's his name?
I mean, he looks like a white guy, kind of a scruffy looking white guy.
Jensen.
Hey, that sounds like Wolverine.
Jensen Ackles, Ackles.
No, he looks too much of a pretty boy too.
He's not Wolverine.
Yeah.
He could be Mr. Fantastic.
I could see him being Mr. Fantastic. Yeah. Or Flame Boy.
And then let's move on to the next one. Jai Courtney.
Spell his first name.
Jai Courtney. He was in the Divergent series, Terminator Genesis, and Suicide Squad, where he played Captain Boomerang.
Oh, that dude.
He could pull it off.
I never saw Suicide Squad, but and then Anson Mount. He was in the Marvel's Inhumans as Black Bolt. That's a list, and I'm on whatculture.com, sorry. He's kind of
What's
an older
Anson,
Anson, Mount, Mount. He's kind of like a gruffy looking character.
All these guys look a lot older.
Yeah.
I cast some.
Yeah, definitely.
The next one on this list is here's one, Kit Harington.
He's already going to be in a MCU. So.
Yes.
Yeah, Black Knight.
And then
I'd have to hear his English accent first before I could even picture him as Wolverine.
He was in Silent Hill.
Travis Fimmel.
Travis Fimmel.
Oh yeah, he played Ragnar in
Vikings.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he'd be a good one.
Yeah, I think he could be really.
Yeah, he looks like Wolverine in that fucking picture.
Taron Egerton.
Too pretty boy.
Yeah.
Although he'd probably be good, but I don't picture him with facial hair.
Yeah, me either, man.
I don't think he can grow any.
Here's another one that
he still looks like super young in all the Kingsman movies.
Yeah,
like he looks like he was 16.
Liam Hemsworth.
I was thinking that, but he looked too similar to Chris.
Yeah,
and it looked like Thor and Wolverine were related.
Plus, he's tall, so.
Tom Hardy, we already talked about.
Yeah, he would have been good.
Wants Tom Hardy to be in everything, though.
Oscar Isaac, who
Is that the
played
guy who played Apocalypse?
Yeah, and played Poe.
Yeah,
Ex Machina.
Star Wars.
No,
And then
He looks too exotic.
yeah,
looks like
does.
Wolverine's been getting a tan.
He looks too ethnic.
And then number one on this list is Scott Eastwood.
that's what I was talking about. You guys
Is
see this
he an
picture?
actor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a couple things. What I remember him from, I mean, he was in.
I saw back when I worked
Pacific
at Family
Rim,
Big
Suicide
Bang,
Squad.
There's always this one movie that starred Scott Eastwood on the show.
Oh.
Yeah, the longest ride.
He
Pacific
was,
Rim.
He took over as the generic
Squad.
white guy in Fast and Furious after Paul Walker died. He's supposed to be like Paul Walker's like replacement in the 8th one.
I think he's gonna be up and coming, and he would be a good fit.
Yeah, I could see it working.
He has that.
Yeah, he
has that look.
I've heard him talk, and he sounds like just like his dad.
Oh yeah.
It's a good sound for Wolverine.
And then, so yeah, I mean, that was basically it as far as that. It was just, like I said, obviously, Hugh Jackman. Just like, I mean, gosh, we think of, what's the guy's name? J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies. The actor's name.
Oh,
he's in the State Farm commercials.
Yeah,
and Whiplash.
Yeah, Whiplash. Like, he's such an iconic role. Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool. I mean, even now, like, obviously Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man. It'll be because we haven't had another actor take over a role yet. Obviously, you would imagine that at some point that would happen to Iron Man. It's already kind of happening with Captain America.
Spider-Man.
That's true.
Spider-Man.
No, you're right. That's true.
Ken Spitterman.
But kind of going into. But I wouldn't say that Tobey Maguire was as iconic in Spider-Man as Hugh Jackman.
I think at the time he was.
At the time he was, but I think Tom Holland.
But I also think
definitely
Spider-Man
taken it
3
over.
kind of tarnished his reputation and image as Spider-Man.
No, I agree. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. All right, moving on. Top Gun Maverick director says the movie will finish production on time despite a 6-month delay due to the novel coronavirus. In an interview with comicbook.com, director Joseph Kosinski shared an update on the hotly anticipated Top Gun sequel. In it, he explained that because of the social distancing measures implemented due to COVID-19, it has not slowed down post-production because they were already in the quote home stretch. We are sticking to our schedule and finishing the movie just as if it were coming out on its original release date, Kosinski said. Luckily, I'm in the home stretch of post-production where despite all the restrictions on how you can work now, I'm able to continue doing my job and finish the movie, which is pretty amazing. If I were in any other phase of the project, it would be hard to do that. But because I'm in the tail end of post, I'm able to do everything I need to finish it. And it kind of goes on from there. And it's set to release now on December 23rd of this year. First off, do you guys have any interest in seeing this movie?
Not in theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it looks awesome.
Right.
I'm definitely going to see this in theaters. It
does look awesome, but it's just not one of those movies that I would go out to see. I don't know. I don't know.
I
I've never
mean,
even seen the original.
the fact the storyline is where after like 30 years, he's still a fighter pilot. He's not a general.
but it's Tom Cruise. I want to see it. No, the only other real reason I wanted to bring this up is obviously, everything's moved around and getting canceled and shuffled because of this fucking world-ending pandemic. It seems to be we're stuck in. Obviously, we would hope that by December things are somewhat back to normal or a new normal. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the federal government kind of released some guidelines on kind of reopening the country and movie theater chains and places like that, where obviously it's a big group of people in an enclosed area. They said that they would slowly reopen to about 20 to 30% of their max capacity to start with. That way people would still be able to observe the 6-foot social distancing precaution. At any point, maybe let's say before the fall, do you guys see yourself, hypothetically, let's say next month or in June, movie theaters start to open? Do you guys see yourself going to movie theaters anytime soon?
Well, no, man.
No.
I'm waiting a couple of years, right? Like venture out into public.
Yeah.
Unless there's a Marvel movie coming out.
Let's get for Black Widow.
Yeah. Have you seen Scarlett Johansson?
I'm waiting till everybody gets vaccinated.
No, it just made me think that, even at 20% of max capacity, if there was, let's say, 3 or 4 seats in between each person. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because it's going to be one of those things like...
I like my theaters that way anyway, so...
I mean, I like to sit next to somebody I can like bullshit with and like make fun of the movie or enjoy it.
It would just be one of those things like you're in a quiet movie theater, you're watching the movie and then you hear somebody like cough a couple rows up, like the panic alarm starts to go on.
The theater, wash my hands, leave.
It's like the panic alarm starts to go off inside you. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see kind of what the new normal is once all of this kind of subsides. But yeah, even at 20% or 30%, I don't know. I don't even know if I would feel comfortable kind of going out into an enclosed area like that.
I wouldn't see it. I probably wouldn't even feel comfortable. At least I want to see myself being comfortable with the pace and the way things are progressing right now until next year at the earliest, the beginning of next year at the earliest.
Right. Yeah,
well, if people could stop partying.
Yeah.
I know.
They ruined it for everybody. And then the last story that I have is Dune is officially revealed will be split into 2 parts. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's last name. It's Denis Villeneuve, I think, or Villeneuve. Yeah, I don't know.
Villanueva?
Is it Villanueva? It's not spelled that way, but maybe.
It's probably pronounced that way. I don't know. We'll just
Villanueva.
Vanilla.
Sorry, Dennis, if you're watching.
It could be. Is it? How do you say it in French? Is it Denis?
Denis.
Denis. It's Denis. So I don't know if it's like
Denis.
But he was the director of Blade Runner 2049 and the upcoming Dune, confirmed that the film will be split into 2 because the world of Frank Herbert's sci-fi novel is too complex to fit into one single film. He said, "I would not agree to make this adaptation of the book with one single movie." He told Vanity Fair, "The world is too complex. It is a world that takes its power in its details. It's a book that tackles politics, religion, ecology, spirituality, and with a lot of characters," he explained. "I think that's why it's so difficult. Honestly, it's by far the most difficult thing I've done in my life." Have you guys, before I continue the rest of the story, have you guys heard any, or have you followed this at all, this story?
No.
No, I didn't even know they're making a Dune movie.
It is got a star-studded cast.
Well,
I saw the cast.
A big deal.
Yeah,
I know it's very.
It's confirmed stars in this adaptation are.
I don't know what it's about or anything.
I'll tell you. So confirmed stars in this adaptation are Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca.
Timothy.
I know. I just like saying Timothée. Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård, Dave Bautista, Zendaya.
Do you mean there's more of them?
David Dost Malkin, Stephen McKinley Henderson, Charlotte Rampling, Jason Momoa, and Javier Bardem. Dune is the first of a series of novels written by author Frank Herbert set in the distant future amidst a feudal interstellar society in which various noble houses control planetary fiefs. Dune tells the story of young Paul Atreides, whose family accepts the stewardship of the planet Arrakis. While the planet is an inhospitable and sparsely populated desert wasteland, it is the only source of the quote. It's the only source of, quote, the spice, a drug that extends life, enhances mental abilities. It is also necessary for space navigation, which requires a kind of multi-dimensional awareness and foresight that only the drug provides. It can only be produced on Arrakis. Control of the planet, while it can only be produced on Arrakis, control of the planet is thus a coveted and dangerous undertaking. The story explores the multi-layered interactions of politics, religion, ecology, technology, and human emotion as the factions of the Empire confront each other in a struggle for control of Arrakis and its spice. The only reason I brought the art and kind of the pictures they've released so far look great. Like, it's got a really cool, like, interesting, almost gritty, like down to earth vibe.
Cool. Sounds like a sci-fi Game of Thrones type deal.
Well, that's the thing, is that I think George Railroad Martin, he said in a couple interviews that he took inspiration from this series in terms of like the warring factions, the politics, the religion, kind of, because the first Dune book was released in '65, so it's pretty old by today. 50 years old now, or 55 years old. Have you guys probably haven't read it, have you? I've read the first one, but that was it. No, nothing. I think it would work better as a Game of Thrones series. I'll be interested to see how it, because even if each movie's 3 hours long, I don't think 6 hours is enough to tell the story the right way. I think a 6 or 7, season 10, like Game of Thrones style treatment would be much better.
How many books are there in this series?
I believe there's 6, and each one is like 900 pages, 1,000 pages. I mean, they're like huge books.
It'll probably be like a very loose adaptation.
Yeah,
if they're just going to be movies.
I doubt it's going to be 2 movies then.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see this done well. There was a Dune movie. I don't know if you remember this, Leo. There was a Dune movie done in like the late 80s.
Yeah, I remember that.
Based off the same book. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm interested. If you like Game of Thrones, it is very cool. It's very deep, and it's sci-fi, and it explores all of those things that it talked about in a really cool way. If you read that and then kind of are familiar again with Game of Thrones, you can definitely see the parallels that are drawn between the two. I just hope it does well. Did you guys watch Blade Runner 2049 with Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
No, because I never watched the original, so I didn't want to watch the sequel.
Such a good movie, man. Both of them. I mean, even the one with Harrison Ford was really good. But
I want to watch. I think they added the original Blade Runner to Netflix.
Yeah, they did. It's the director's cut. Yeah. But they're really good. Like, again, kind of they're not like popcorn sci-fi. Like, obviously, like Star Wars, it's more of a deeper, kind of more philosophical.
Yeah, I know it's philosophical.
But anyway, yeah, I'm interested to see it. There's no, at least I didn't see one in the story that I read. It doesn't have a release date yet for this movie, but it looks really cool. Like I said, the cast is unbelievable. I really hope it does well, but I could also see this being like Blade Runner, where there's a lot of hype behind it, but not too many people see it in theaters. So who knows if that's actually going to be the case with this one or not. And that's it as far as the stories are concerned, unless you guys had anything that you wanted to throw in.
It was just that HBO is trying to release DC Dark. It's kind of like the Marvel on Disney Plus, where they have different episodes of of their superhero that they want to release.
So is it going to be based off of like existing?
Yeah, I mean, not just the Batman, but all the other ones that you don't realize that belongs to DC. I'm not exactly sure what their lineup's going to be yet.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this to get in focus. Go ahead. Sorry.
It was just a quick release of what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not exactly sure what their lineup's going to be.
Gotcha.
So
now, is that, you said that's coming to
HBO? It's probably HBO Max.
Dude, I gotta get HBO Max when this is, I think, because there is something additional to that that's not in HBO Go, right? Isn't it like?
It's a separate streaming. Yeah, it's a separate streaming.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I might switch from HBO now to HBO Max once it comes up.
Because right now,
like 5 different streaming apps and services that they've provided.
Yeah, because right now
it gets confusing to find out which ones are still active and which ones aren't.
HBO now is pretty much just like an right. Okay, there you go. HBO now is pretty much an on-demand. It's whatever they have on a lineup on HBO. HBO Go is if you have a subscription with a cable network, so you can watch what they're live streaming and also what's on their lineup.
Right. Okay.
And I'm not exactly sure what HBO Max is going to be entailing, except for that Friends is going to be on there. So
yeah, I got put on hold indefinitely. I read Friends reunion.
Yeah, but I think they're going to add more content just specific to HBO, like the DC Dark.
Oh, real quick. Sorry, that reminded me talking about the Friends thing. Did you guys see the Saved by the Bell trailer?
Yeah, you showed it to me.
Yeah, I watched it.
What do you guys think?
I don't know if it's going to do well.
I don't think it looks good at all.
It's not going to do well.
It doesn't have the same type of charm that the original.
Yeah,
like it's just
it's like Saved by the Bell, but a little bit more raunchier.
Yeah, when did Slater turn into like a giant like douche? I mean, he was always kind of a douche.
College years,
but now he's like. He's like, oh yeah, what did he say in the trailer? Like, oh yeah, being my best friend, we used to fuck this girl.
Your mom,
and that bang.
It's like Jesus. I was like, oh god.
Who was the second? Because I know like the first he was talking about Kelly because it was like Zach's kid, Zach and Kelly's kid. Who was the other kid? Like whose mom was that?
Jesse Spano.
Jesse.
Oh, but like
I think she a teacher, assistant principal.
Yeah, something.
I thought she graduated and became a judge.
I would like to think that it's set in the same world as that movie she was in, Showgirls, where after high school and college she kind of went to Vegas and became like a burlesque dancer.
Like how did Zach? Isn't he like the mayor of California or some shit?
And I think
he's like in politics now.
I think the other character is Lisa's kid, and how does she get Zach Morris's powers and where she calls timeout?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah, only Zach.
I think I'm gonna check it out just out of morbid curiosity, just to see how it is. But it doesn't look really that good.
I think it'll be just like Fuller House.
Yeah, that's like
I think it'll have some traction, but I don't think it's gonna pick up like it was when it first came out.
Right. No, I agree.
All those reboots they do, they don't have like the original charm of the originals.
Yeah.
Full House and Full House and this and Saved by
those.
I know there's a few other things.
They should do
shows are like really a time and place type of thing. What'd you say, Leo? I think you cut out.
Yeah, they should reboot Perfect Strangers then.
There you go. Just bring back the original TGIF. Yes.
It's the original TGIF
original TGIF
with that and like Family Matters and Full House.
Man, surprised I never heard of it.
I'm surprised like Tyler Perry had a remake Family.
You know what's a funny show that's still funny to this day, dude? Is Home Improvement. Like if you go back and watch Home Improvement, dude, it's freaking hilarious.
It really is.
Yeah,
I watched it a couple years ago.
I think a lot of like the Tim Allen jokes I didn't get when I was getting.
Yeah,
I mean he is like former like drug lord of the U.S. So.
All right, guys. So that is it for the news stories. So let's transition into what we've been watching. So who wants to go first?
Me and Chase just finished what was it, like a 20-hour documentary?
Yeah, roughly.
Vietnam documentary.
It was like a docu-series of the...
I think it
was really good. I learned a lot from Nixon. I thought Nixon, he's not a bad guy. He just did like one bad thing with Watergate. But no, it turns out Nixon was a real scum. Like he did a lot of shady shit.
What's the name of this?
The Vietnam War. It's on Netflix.
Is this a Ken Burns documentary?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Ken Burns.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, Nixon was a real scumbag. Like,
yeah, he was crooked from the very beginning.
He got in the way of Vietnam peace talks between the North and the South. He could get elected president.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was nothing that he would stop. There was nothing that would stop him from seizing power.
I started rewatching The Last Kingdom before season 4 comes out next Sunday.
That's a Vikings show.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's probably just as good as Vikings, if not better.
It's really good. I've been waiting.
I've heard a couple people. I haven't watched either one, but I've heard that The Last Kingdom. Again, I haven't watched it, but I heard that
Last Kingdom.
Yeah, Last Kingdom.
The Last Kingdom. Is actually better than Vikings. I heard from a couple people. I've heard that Vikings kind of goes on a little too long and it kind of loses steam. I don't know if that's what you guys think about that.
A little bit. The first 4.5 seasons of Vikings is definitely the best part.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm still going to keep watching Vikings because I'm just invested in the story at this point.
Now, is that one also have an end date? Didn't they confirm the last season or
of Last Kingdom?
No, Vikings.
Yeah, there's one more.
There's one more.
They split the last season into 2 seasons, 2 parts, but each one's the length of a full season. So there's one more half season. So.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Last Kingdom's really good. It's more grounded than Vikings. Vikings has some supernatural elements, not a lot, some. This is completely grounded. It takes place during the Denmark occupation of England.
Right.
And it's about this Saxon named Uhtred, who's the son of a English lord who gets pretty much kidnapped and raised by a Viking when he's little. Mm-hmm. And then it's about he's trying to take back his land after he grows up. He's trying to take land from his uncle who stole his inheritance after his dad was killed, in the beginning of the story. Gotcha. And it's pretty much a identity crisis throughout the entire show. So far though, about is he a Viking or a Saxon? Yeah, the new season comes out on the 26th, so I'm super excited for that.
Next week or this week.
So I've just been rewatching the first 3 seasons.
What about you, Leo? What have you been watching?
Let's see. I finished. Well, not finished, but I got all the way up to season 12 in Criminal Minds. There's
those shows just have so many
quick.
Super long,
the serialized.
What was that, Sean? Josh?
You guys are lagging pretty bad. Try shutting. Don't disconnect from the call, but try shutting off your camera, and then turn it back on.
Shutting off what?
The camera.
Thank you, sir.
It should be the leftmost icon at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, turn off camera and then
right there.
Click it again.
Hold on. How's that?
Better?
Much better. Yep.
All right. Yeah, I got all the way up to season 12. That's the only season that they have left on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime. So, yeah, there's 3 more seasons I need to watch, but until they comes to those streaming services, I guess I'm gonna have to hold off.
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of it's not about Criminal Minds at all, but it reminded me of it. Did you see the SVU Stabler spinoff?
I heard that we're doing that. Did they release that yet?
They haven't released it. I'm gonna pull it up because I want to know. Because you've obviously watched it, the whole freaking show recently.
Yes. It took a whole month watching it. 20 hours a day.
All right, hold on. I'm going to pull this up for you. This is from CNN. The headline reads, Elliot Stabler is back in a Law & Order SVU spinoff. Detective Elliot Stabler is leading a new show set in the SVU universe. He's back, said actor Christopher Maloney.
Isn't the SVU universe just the real world?
NBC has ordered a 13-episode series from executive producer Dick Wolf in which Maloney will revive his 12-season character. The drama will revolve around an NYPD organized crime unit led by Maloney's Stabler.
Is Dick Wolf a billionaire by now?
Oh, I'm sure he is. He's got 5 series going on.
It is reportedly part of a 5-year deal Wolf signed with Universal Television last month that includes multiple series commitments for the producer responsible for many popular dramas, including the Law and Order franchise, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD. The series could be branded as part of the Law and Order franchise, which leaves room for a crossover with former co-star Mariska Hargitay's SVU. So, it sounds like obviously it's not Special Victims. It looks like he's going to be taking down the mob or something along those lines.
I wonder if he's on this one. It's going to be more undercover.
So my question to you is: spoiler alert for fucking SVU. What happened? Because I know he leaves after 12 seasons. Like, what happened to his character?
Well, he was questioned about how he handles, criminals and being.
Well, because I know he was kind of a loose cannon on the show, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think they gave him an option of, going, on desk duty or retire, and he just retired from SVU.
Oh, that was it. He didn't obviously he didn't die or anything.
No.
He came back from witness protection after a decade.
Now he send him to Vice and have him go.
Well, no, he was. He got on his last case. He took it hard when they found the girl, and he just couldn't handle it anymore. So he left.
So now we've been doing this for 12 years.
What happened? I thought you were going to say he killed the dude. He shot the dude who did.
No, he's tried to many times.
Pulled a 7 where he's just like, oh god.
What's in the box?
He's come close several times.
What happened behind the scenes? Did he just not want to continue with the show, or did his contract? Was it not contract negotiations? Do you know?
I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't tell you.
Because you got to think. With her, Mariska, she's the highest paid actress on TV. He had to have been one of the top paid actors on TV.
Oh yeah, those two were probably the tops while they were both on there.
Gotcha. I'm just wondering maybe if he was
something different. When he left SVU, he was in a lot. Played a lot of smaller roles in a lot of movies.
Movies, yeah. He was in some bigger movies. So I just
he was in Superman.
He was in Superman.
Leading role, but just smaller roles.
Happy. He had his own show. Happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
But yeah, I just didn't know if maybe he was asking for more money and they said no or something. I don't know. Whatever behind the scenes.
I'm not exactly sure.
But yeah, there's no.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, there's no release date on that. It just reminded me when you're talking about Criminal Minds.
Yeah, it's definitely. I would definitely watch it. Hopefully not. They don't push it all the way too far back, right. Or if it ties into the SVU, because I would hate to watch SVU again.
You can just start from where you're at.
No,
you don't have to go back.
If I forget stuff, I have to go back.
No, you just go to Wikipedia. That's
just criminals and heinous acts.
No, they kind of intertwine.
No, just go to Wikipedia. That's what they have it there for.
No, I'm good. But yeah, Criminal Minds. I'm waiting for the last 3 seasons to release. Then I went back and watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I just want to, because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Let's see. I finished Ozarks.
What'd you think?
Which is good. It's really good. It was slow at first, but yeah, definitely. Ruth is a character in that show.
She is a character.
She is a character.
I don't want to know anything. I still plan on watching.
I'm not no spoilers, but that might be one of my favorite TV shows of the last several years. It's that to me. It's good.
I couldn't rate it because I've watched a lot of good TV. So
it's. I'm telling you. I know you guys plan on getting back to it, but if you at all, I know you both love Breaking Bad. Again, I'm not going to say that it's. I'll leave that up to you whether you where you rank it. But if you have any interest in Breaking Bad and that type of show, where it's normal people getting caught up in the seedy underbelly of society type of shit.
It is kind of like that, but it's a way different storyline.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's definitely different, but it's just it's like the everyman that gets caught up in things that are much bigger than him, and he just kind of gets swept away in it. But if you like those type of shows, you have to please watch this show. Like it is that good. So just make if I were you, I'd put it at the very top of your like watch list.
So yeah, I just finished that. Then I'm starting another one. It's called Freud on Netflix. I
saw that on Netflix. I didn't watch it, but I watched the trailer.
Not that kind of Freud.
That's not just Freud. It's Freud.
No, just regular Freud.
Yeah.
So far it looks pretty good. But I think that's really all I've been watching. So.
Did you guys see? You guys already watch Parasite?
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's on Hulu now. I didn't know if you guys.
Yeah, it's on Hulu and it's on I think Amazon Prime also.
Oh, is it? I mean, really, the only thing that I've been watching is I finished Ozark. What else? There was another show. I can't remember. There was something else that I had just started. I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes.
Oh, when I go to bed, I watch Ancient Aliens at night on Hulu. It is a good one.
Does it give you great dreams? It's funny. I can't remember. There was a movie that I saw recently. I'm drawing a blank. I should have wrote it down.
Who's in it?
I don't remember.
What's it about?
I don't know.
Did you watch this movie?
I'm trying to think.
Where'd you watch it on? What streaming service did you watch it on?
I think it was on HBO.
There's a
movie?
Yeah.
There's like
comedy
movies.
It was on
HBO.
It was on their.
Was that featured?
It wasn't. No, it's not the movie that I'm thinking of. I was watching something else on HBO. I finished watching. What was
Ballers,
that? All 5 seasons.
Ballers.
Yes. Love that. I watched the first 3 and then I kind of fell out of it with the season with Russell Brand. But then I kind of that was a okay season, but then I finished it out. It was really good. I liked it a lot. I mean, I know you guys aren't the biggest fan of The Rock, but
I am.
I know you are. These two on the knuckleheads on the side of you.
Are we knuckleheads?
But I mean, he plays that role.
He has very.
I mean, he does, but
the range that he is good in aren't my types of movies. So
if you
yeah, exactly.
If you like Entourage, check this out. Just because it's the same thing, but instead of movies and acting, it's about athletes and sports agents. But yeah, Ballers was really good. I still can't remember the movie that I watched. Shoot, what was it?
You gotta watch Jumanji then. He's got some range.
Jumanji's good.
How much range can you have in Jumanji?
Oh, there's a lot, especially you watch the second one.
Yeah, those movies are better than they have any right to be. I can't remember what the movie I was watching. I'll have to look it up.
Was it on HBO?
Yeah, it was one of the.
Is it Stuber? Is it Stuber?
No, it wasn't that.
Because it's on there now. You should watch it.
I might.
I like Batista.
Let me see.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I'm gonna look it up. HBO.
I mean, is it drama, action? How can you not remember?
I don't know, dude.
Maybe you should just forget about it.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm an idiot. It was
Passion of Christ.
Oh, that wasn't it.
Did you froze?
Did I freeze? Oh no. I don't know. I can't find it. Don't worry about it. Let's move on. I've wasted enough time.
If they stuck around this long, you're losing them.
I've definitely shit the bed on this one. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, that's about it. I really haven't been playing or watching a whole lot. I've been playing games.
Yeah, you need to finish that game.
I'm trying, man. It's not going to be by this Tuesday. I'll tell you guys that. So if you wanted to do a spoiler cast, you're going to have to either wait or do it without me because that's just not going to happen.
We're going to give you till the end of next weekend.
I'll get it done by the following Tuesday.
Get it by the next Tuesday. I will do it without you.
Yeah.
Because the ending deserves to be talked about.
Yeah, I'll definitely get it done.
They get it. Just like I was saying last Tuesday or this past Tuesday, they get why I was just like, it's crazy because it's fucking crazy.
I want to finish it. So that's basically all I've been doing in my spare time. I haven't been watching too much this week. But yeah, that's about it.
That's why you watch and play at the same time.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
I listen to podcasts. I just can't watch a movie, like have a movie, but I can have like a podcast or something on in the background.
I mean, I can't watch something I haven't seen before, but if I've seen before, then yeah, because like I can just listen on the side of my just like listen, and then I can picture what's going on in my head if I've seen it.
Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, guys, that's about it. Is there anything that you guys want to throw in before we sign off for the day?
Nope.
No, I think we covered it all.
Still looking for this movie.
Yeah.
We'll just save it for the next time.
Yeah, we'll save it for next time. All right, guys, that is everything. Let us know in the comments below. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, sorry. Let us know in the comments below if we missed any of the big news stories that you wanted to talk about. We tried to hit the big ones, but of course we can't get to everything. Also, let us know what you guys have been watching, what you guys have been consuming entertainment-wise. You can tweet at us if you have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, or ideas. Tweet at me at SavePointJosh or at LET9. The two of you really need to create a Twitter account.
I mean, I have one, but it probably hasn't been on in like 10 years. They might have deleted it due to inactivity.
But anyway, so yeah, let us know what you guys have been watching. Give us any recommendations. I'm in that point where, like I said, I finished Ozark. I'm looking for a good, doesn't have to be a crime drama, but just a good show with maybe a couple seasons that I kind of sink my teeth into.
Last Kingdom.
I might check that out. I've thought about clicking on that show 10 times. I've just never actually done it.
It's really good, and there's not that many seasons out right now.
Is it like 8 or 10 episodes a season?
Yeah, I think it's like 10, maybe 8 for the first. I don't remember.
Yeah,
if you want comedy, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is good.
Yeah, I want to watch that new show on what is it, Dave?
Yeah,
Dave is hilarious,
dude. I
actually do need to watch the latest episode.
I hear nothing about, but
and
good things
it's
about
not just like comedy. There's like real depth in the story too.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that
deep, and it's really it's not just all raunchy comedy, but that stuff's hilarious.
I want to check it out. I've heard nothing but really, really good things about it. So, well, yeah, guys, like I said, if you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments below. Again, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Most importantly, please tell a friend to do the same. We couldn't do it without your love and support. We will be back next week. And until next time, you guys stay safe.